I've always wanted to work on HIV because when I was 7, there was a huge campaign of prevention against it, which really struck me and stayed with me. And ever since, I've always wanted to work on HIV to find a cure for it. So working on a daily basis to understand the virus, how brilliant it is, how it does to escape the immune system and actually find ways to overcome that is really fascinating and passionates me.
I've always been interested in the immune system in general and immunodeficiency more specifically, and HIV is the most prevalent acquired immunodeficiency, so it's a very relevant topic that has a lot of unmet need.
Nearly all of my medical career I have looked after people with HIV, and I've seen a transformation of what was a fatal disease into something that's a manageable condition, and that's thanks to the development of effective antiretroviral therapies. But these therapies have to be taken for life, and we really need a treatment that would mean people don't have to take medication for the rest of their life.
The biggest challenge is getting rid of the reservoir, because this is the reason we have no functional cure for HIV. It's really difficult to get rid of all the virus in people, so that's what we need to focus our efforts on.
The world and the scientific community has come on a long way since the virus was first discovered 40 years ago. And so today, if a person living with HIV maintains their antiretroviral treatment, they actually have an undetectable viral load, and that means that they cannot spread their infection to their sexual partners. So I think common misconceptions like you can get HIV from a handshake or a hug were never true, and they're certainly not true today.
One of the problems is to make people more aware about the HIV, but also point the differences between HIV and AIDS, and remind them that AIDS is a development of HIV, is a final step of HIV.
People living with HIV are people. They're not just patients. They're not defined by their virus. And I think that's something that everybody needs to remember when talking about HIV.
So HIV is still here. We may have forgotten about it, but there are 38 million people living with HIV. Many of them are now getting treatment, which is a huge success, but many are not, or are not getting the best treatment. So we still need to keep working on improving the care of people living with HIV.